What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about 9 mega cap stocks in this video. But before we get started, please hit that thumbs up button. That is greatly appreciated and that really helps out with YouTube algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, my swing trade ideas, 3 days of live trading in my Discord, definitely check out the Patreon. I'll leave a link down below in the description. And if you are new to this channel, consider subscribing. And now let's get right into it, guys. On Apple stock, it was down 0.73%, and now the earnings are out and it's not looking too hot. I'm not going to go through that earnings. You guys can read it, but it's not great, guys. And that is why Apple stock is down over 3%. And just like we said before, and we talked about it, that there is a $7 move on Apple stock. And if you look at it, we got $1.41 and now another $5-6. So exactly this is what we got from the market. $7 expected move on Apple stock, and now it's down over $7. Now, early as tomorrow, if you look at my screen, it's getting extremely oversold. Apple stock somehow gets down to 183 or below that, there is gonna be a dip by tomorrow, and I'm going to buy that dip even with bad earnings. Just playing some lotos for tomorrow, day trading. And why? Look at this lower Bollinger Band sitting close to 188, and the stock itself, the market maker, the market mover, the biggest stock on earth, trading below lower Bollinger Band. It's not going to stay that way for too long. We're going to see oversold bounce on Apple, and in that case, Apple can easily move back up to 188 to even 190 before going lower, because we got more gaps down here, 175.77. But in the short term, I can day trade Apple stock tomorrow. If this is how Apple stock opens tomorrow, 185 or below that. Now tomorrow, we do have support below 185, down here 183, and then 180. To the upside, now Apple stock will find resistance at 188, and above that, watch out for the resistance at 190, and then white line 20 SMA 190 to 60, and only Apple stock can break this level right here on top, 190 to 60. Then we're going to see Apple going back in this channel and also filling this gap on top, 195.28. So to the downside, now it's holding 185, and below that, watch out for 183 and then 180. On Amazon stock, it's up 0.5%, and they smashed it out of the park with that earnings today. It's up over 8%. And now if you look at my screen, we talked about it yesterday, how Amazon with good earnings can hit 138, and now it's trading above 138. So tomorrow for the dip buyers, if you want to trade Amazon, you want to watch 135, 136 right here. Below that, we also have support down here around 133, and then watch out for a move down here to this white line 20 SMA 131. I don't see Amazon tomorrow coming down to 131, but definitely 135, 136 possible in the morning. And if that happens, that is going to be a dip buy if that holds here on Amazon. To the upside, above 138, guys, Amazon can run even higher. On Tesla stock, it's up 2%, and just like I said last night, I mean, look at this. This cannot get any better, guys. That 250 to 248, watch out here. Now, it's not going to get down to exactly to the pennies like 250. Look at the dip, 252. And also, red line 50 SMA was moving up. So now it's sitting at 251.28. So that was an absolute dip buy today. Now, these moving averages, now, I'm making the video right here today. They will move up again tomorrow when market is open. So that is why you got to watch these levels in the morning. They will always move up, every day. And as they move, the stock will find resistance and also support. Like this one in this case found support down here. Before hitting this red line 50 SMA at 252, dip buyers were ready to buy the dip. And I talked about it last night how Tesla stock due for a bounce is getting oversold, and we got a bounce today from 252 all the way up to almost 260. So there is a $8 bounce on Tesla, and if you're day trading or swing trading, that's not a bad move to make a lot of money on Tesla. So tomorrow you do want to watch Tesla over 262, and if that happens, Tesla heading higher all the way up to 13 SMA, 267, and then 270. below 262. You want to watch this support around 252 and then 247.34 and then the gap below 235. On Google stock is absolutely flat on the day, but if you look at my screen, holding above this support, and also that is aligned with this orange line 13 SMA 126 to 127. Now Google can hold that as a support. We're going to see the gap getting closed on top 130.75, and then Google can move even higher back up to 134 to 135. So watch out for that on Google stock. Below 126 to 127, we do have support on Google 124.81, and then the gap below 123, which is also a strong support on Google stock. On Meta, it's down 0.36%. Now, I did put out all those levels for you guys, especially for my Patreon members in my Discord and myself, but not buying Meta today and kind of missed this big move. And if you look at it, I talked about it last night in my video for my YouTube subscribers that watch out if there is a pullback down to 308 to 309, and if that holds, that's going to be a dip buy on Meta. And the support did hold right here. And look at this move. That was a $6 move that I missed on Meta right here from this support. This thing ran back up to where? Resistance on top, 316 almost, and then getting rejected and closing at 313. So tomorrow, Meta can go to the upside or to the downside. So watch 309 as a support, and below that down here 307, and then the gap 302. To the upside 316 breaks, watch out for the resistance at 319, and then a quick trip all the way up to 328 possible on Meta. So on Microsoft, I did have some calls from yesterday that I bought, 330 calls, and exactly selling out close to 330 today. And then this thing took a dump off again, kind of a flat day, but again, if you look at my screen, just holding above lower Bollinger Band. And also if you look at my screen, Bollinger Band here on bottom actually coming down. Now it's at 320 to 71, so there could be more downside on Microsoft. But also, guys, the stock is getting oversold in the shorter time frame. So in that case, a bounce definitely possible on Microsoft, at least up to 330 to even this gap on top, 333.70. To the downside, the next support level to watch, 320 to 71, lower Bollinger Band on this daily chart, and then the gap below 316.50. On Nvidia stock, it's up 0.5%, and we talked about it, this exact scenario yesterday in my video, how Nvidia stock was holding 440, and there is a clear shot here on Nvidia to move higher all the way up to white line 20 SMA, now sitting at 451. Yesterday was sitting at 450, and we did see that move today all the way up to 451 before getting rejected, and now again coming down, but also up 0.5% on the day, holding above 440. So Nvidia holds 440. We could see a move back up to 450 to 451 and possibly up to this gap 460. 440 gives up, then watch out for this gap all the way down here 427, and possibly coming down and retesting red line 50 SMA right down here at 421. On AMD stock, it's up 3.5%. Now, they did have some news today, and also it was getting extremely oversold. So we got a dead cat bounce on AMD, nothing big until AMD stock actually gets above 118. It's not moving higher. So AMD tomorrow, we do have resistance right on top around 116 and then 118. To the downside, we do have support all the way down here at 108, and if that gives up, AMD can go even lower down to 105 and then flat 100. Now Netflix is up 0.30%. Now I want to give you guys something that happened today. I just want to share that experience with you guys, how you should be navigating this market. Now I did buy some puts on Netflix above 438, 430, and then this thing came down to 434. I was green on my position, but I didn't sell it. I put a stop at break even. Guess what happened? Look at this, high for the day, 441.93. Now I got stopped out for break even, no loss, nothing, but there was enough profit to maybe fill up a couple of cars. It was really good. I didn't take it. So being greedy and just holding on to everything is not a good thing. Now also putting a stop, that is a good thing, at least at break even. So I don't feel bad that I didn't take profit, but I didn't lose anything. But if you look at it, guys, if I was holding, it's in the money, 430. Because why I showed it, if you look at my screen, I mean, this cannot get any better right here. 438.99 white line 20 SMA, and that is where I showed it Netflix. But unfortunately, sometimes you put a stop for your own good, but you can get stopped out. Now tomorrow, if this thing can break above 438 to 439, then we got a clear shot all the way up to 450. To the downside, we do have support 430 to 81, and looks like we lost that support. So the next one down here, 424, and if that gives up, watch out for this gap down here, 409.54.